Hi guys, Stan here for Blast Guru. Hey, today in this video we're going to walk you through building your wheel profile, or profiles, plural. As you guys know, often in this business, wheels on our blast machine may have been changed out at some point. In the case of a machine with many wheels, you may have wheels of differing manufacturers, wheels of differing sizes, wheels of differing abrasive flows. Blast Guru allows for this. You can build more than one wheel profile and then simply just go over and assign a profile to each of your wheels. Let's walk you through this. Notice that our wheel profile icon is still white, meaning we've not accomplished that particular task. We have accomplished the machine specs. If you haven't done that yet personally, go back and see the video called Machine Specs and we'll walk you through that one as well. Click on Wheel Profile. And the very first thing that we're going to ask you to do is tell us how many wheels are on this machine. We're going to keep it simple for the point of this demonstration and say that this happens to be a 4-wheel machine. And then we're going to ask you, how many profiles are there? Basically, the long and short of that question is, of those 4 wheels, how many of them match? If all 4 wheels match, you only have to build one profile. But if you've got a 4-wheel machine where 2 wheels are one size and one manufacturer and 2 other wheels are a different manufacturer or different size, then you need to create those 2 profiles and tell us which of the 2 wheels match this one and which of the 2 wheels match this other one. Okay, so that's kind of the simple version of what a profile is going to do. We're going to keep, again, this demonstration very simple and say that all 4 wheels on this particular machine, blaster number 1, match. That's one profile. Down here at the bottom, we give you the ability to create that profile. If you haven't built any profiles in the past, this is where you're going to click to build a brand new profile. If for some reason you have 6 blasters in this facility, and you happen to know that here on blaster number 1, you've got 4 wheels, but they're the exact same manufacturer, exact same size, everything matches the 4 wheels that are on blaster number 5. At some point in the past, I've already built a profile for the wheels on blaster number 5. Just let me select that profile because these are the same blinking wheels. Okay? So you would click here, pick that profile, and you're off to the races. We're going to assume, though, that you've never built a profile before, so we're going to hit Create New Profile. And it goes, all right, name this profile. Take some time, guys, to think about a really logical name for the profiles that you build, and here's why. We're going to call this one a 35 EZ 160. Okay, we're also going to say that it's a 40 horsepower. So we're going to say that this is an EZ, and let's make that an E, not EZ. We're going to say that it's a 35E 160 40 horsepower is the name of this profile. The wheel brand, we're going to say that in this instance it's a BCT wheel. We're going to say that the model of this wheel is a 35E 160 twist lock. All right, notice in our profile name, I've already included a piece of the blast wheel model name. All right, so that's cool. That's going to help me distinguish this in the future. Come down to the next one, and it's going to ask you one of 2 things. Is this a direct drive wheel or is this belt driven? Okay, we're going to keep it easy and say direct drive, but if we'd have chosen belt drive, 2 additional boxes would show up right here in this blue area. And basically each one of those is simply asking for the diameter of the sheave of the drive shaft of that wheel. Okay, so on the drive wheel, what is the diameter of that sheave? The next one's going to say, all right, on the driven wheel, what's the diameter of that sheave? All right, those calculations are very important later on in the application if you have a belt-driven wheel. We're going to keep it simple and say it's a direct drive wheel, that we're operating at 60 Hertz, that there are 2 motor poles on this one. All right, 2 and 4 are your only options, and if you happen to not know the information that we're asking for there, pop on over to your machine manual. You'll find that in your machine manual. Notice though that we've given you a green number here. We've automatically calculated, based on the things that you've told us so far, that the output RPMs for that wheel is 3,600. Horsepower, we're going to say that this is a 40 horsepower wheel. Ta-da! Remember, back in our profile, I've already kind of told myself that, so I'll know this in the future. The diameter of the blast wheel, we're going to say that this is a 16-inch diameter wheel. Notice we give you another green number. We've already done the calculations in the past, in the background, to say that the abrasive coming off of this wheel is at 320 feet per second. We've done that calculation for you. That number, folks, we're going to do some really amazing formulas and calculations later on in the application. What's the optimal no load? We're going to say that that's 11. What does your motor nameplate say that full load should be? We're going to say 45. And again, if that nameplate happens to be missing off of the motor, as so often happens, your machine manual will have that recorded in it. Notice when we put 45 here, though, that we also put 45 down here in desired full load amps. And that's because we're making an assumption that you're going to want your machine to do all that it can, be all the beast that it is. But that's not always true. You may have determined that you can back off on the full load amps because of the way that your machine runs and the production that you're expecting to get out of it, or able to get out of it. And that backing off on amps is going to save you, of course, cost in abrasive. It's going to save you cost in wear. So that may be an important thing. We give you the ability to override that if you'd like. I'm going to leave it at 45, saying we want this guy running all that it can. Down here, the very last entry, you can barely see that we've grayed out 689.52. We again have done all the calculations in the past to say, hey, we estimate that the abrasive coming off of this wheel is 689.52 pounds per minute. Now you may have a really tight relationship with your, in this case, BCT wheel manufacturer rep, and he may have said, no, if you want to get exactly accurate, that should be 683. So we leave that for you to either enter the number that we say that we strongly suggest based on what you've said it should be, or if you've got that relationship with your rep and he's told you the exact wheel flow in his opinion, or if you've done a timed catch test. And if you want to know more about timed catch tests, go over to our tips and tricks area on our website, on our resources page, and we've got a little step-by-step guide on how to actually accomplish a timed catch test. I'm going to assume, though, that Blast Guru got it right, and I'm going to put in there 690 pounds per minute, and I'm going to hit save and close. It's going to give you a little indicator that you've done this right. Just hit OK there. And then we're going to ask you to take each one of those four wheels and tell us what profile you want to assign to it, okay? And do these in order. So, you know, not just four wheels and, oh, this wheel, it happens to be wheel number 3, but I'm going to say wheel number 1 and it's this profile. No, keep them in order. So say truly wheel number 1 on the schematic, wheel number 1 on this four-wheel machine has the 35E160 40 horsepower profile. And notice that we keep these in a running order. As you create these profiles, we keep the newest one at the top. So I'm going to say that it's that profile right there. I'm going to hit the plus sign. It puts a little indicator there that you've done profile number 1, wheel number 1. Let's say wheel number 2, as we said earlier, all 4 wheels on this particular machine have the same profile. So we'll keep that easy. And once we get through machine number 4, notice one thing before I enter machine number 4, wheel number 4's data here. The total wheel flow down here at the bottom, we're adding up. We're multiplying the wheel flow that you said each one of those wheels had. We're adding that each time you add a wheel up here. This number right here carries a lot of magic in it. Later on in the application, we're going to do some really cool things with total wheel flow. Wheel number 4 is the only one left, and it has that same profile. We hit plus, boom, all 4 of our wheels are there. They've all been profiled to a given profile, and I can come down here and say, save and home. My little icon for wheel profile turns green, and I have successfully accomplished profiling my machine's wheels.